Okay, so that's Laken Riley, the young woman, 22 years old, a nursing student at the University of Georgia who was murdered, killed by blunt force trauma to the head. The suspect is in custody right now, Jose Antonio Ibarra. He was here illegally, although, my goodness, during his stay in the country, which was facilitated, I believe, by Homeland Security and authorities here in New York City, he was given all kinds of free stuff and kind of almost escorted around the country. I hope that this is a wake-up call, but I fear that it is not. We are joined by Brandon Judd, president of the National Border Patrol Council, and he was a Border Patrol agent himself for over 20 years. Brandon, welcome back. And I'm sensing that this is not the wake-up call it must be and should be for the government, but maybe for even people on the left. What's your sense on the inside of the government and outside of the government? Is this a moment?
So I do think for some people it is a moment. It's not a moment for Joe Biden, and it can't be. He's already boxed himself in a corner. If he were to implement the policies tomorrow that you and I both know he could implement, it would prove that he's been a liar for the last 3 years. It would prove that he's the one that caused this chaos. It would prove that Jose Ibarra didn't have to be here and Laken Riley would be alive today. He's, unfortunately, because he's boxed himself in that corner, he's going to continue to throw his hands in the air. He's going to continue to blame everybody but himself, and it's going to be unfortunate because for the next at a minimum 8.5 months, we're going to continue to deal with this chaos.
All right, so it's possibly. What are the steps that Joe Biden could take? You know, that he doesn't need a massive omnibus bill to do. He could just do it right now. Remain in Mexico is one. What else? The concrete things that he could do in like a matter of 3 hours.
So you're absolutely correct. He does not need legislation. What he needs to do is he needs to renegotiate Remain in Mexico with the Mexican government. He's not going to be willing to do that because he campaigned against that. So what he has to do is he has to challenge Flores, get rid of this court decision that says that we cannot hold children in custody and hold people in custody pending their deportation and asylum proceedings. If he were to do that, then this flow of people that are coming to our borders would stop. That has been proven time and time again. Most recently, of course, with President Trump when he implemented Remain in Mexico. It's that simple, Greg. That's all he needs to do.
What are Border Patrol agents telling you? What are they telling you right now?
Look, we're upset. We're mad. Every single one of us, every single day that they put that uniform on and go out and patrol the border, they are extremely frustrated knowing that we cannot protect the American people. When we see things like Laken Riley, when we hear about everything that happens, we feel it because we know it's on us. We know that that individual was in our custody. We know that that individual should have been removed. But we also know that because Biden is ordering us to release those individuals and because the Supreme Court said that he could, we ultimately have to follow those orders. And it is very upsetting and frustrating to every single one of us.
He's going to the border on Thursday. Joe Biden is. I know Donald Trump is, but he's been going. He goes not just when he's on the eve of an election like Joe Biden. What do you make of that trip, that proposed trip?
So I think it's hilarious that he's doing this when he found out that President Trump, the decision from President Trump came on Friday that he was going to go. And of course, that got leaked out and Biden found out about it. So he put in motion on Saturday this trip to Brownsville. But where he's going, that's not the area that he needs to go. You know, we're going to see him go and whimper and blame everybody else except for himself in a friendly confine. He's going where it's friendly. Where Donald Trump is going is he's going to where all of the chaos exists. He's going to see exactly what was done, how infrastructure works. He's going to see how his policies helped everything that we were able to do, and he's going to be able to look and see how he can expand upon those policies, whereas Joe Biden's going to friendly territory, he's going to throw his hands in the air, and he's going to blame everybody but himself. Where
is that? Where's it going again?
Brownsville, Texas.
Which is at the southern point. Why is that friendly area? That's like the southernmost point in the continental United States. Why is that friendly? Because it's Democrat, or is there not much of a problem down there?
It is. It's a Democrat district, and also in the Rio Grande Valley, we just haven't seen the activity that we had seen in the past for at least 2 years now. If he really wanted to go where everything is going, he would go to Eagle Pass, Texas, or he would come to Tucson, Arizona, where I'm at, or he would go to San Diego, California. I can personally tell you that Trump sent his advance team out to Arizona, that he looked at Arizona, and he's looked at Shelby Park. He has done all of the research. Biden has not.
Brandon Judd, we so appreciate it. You and the National Border Patrol Council. To be continued, sir, and we'll be right back.